Hello and welcome to Season 2 of At The Movies.
In the same clothes.
In the same clothes, yes, and the same state of drinking Red Bulls and all that kind of stuff. The first film we're going to be talking about, the first episode, is Dredd. Or Dredd 3D as it's known, but we didn't see it in 3D. This film came out of nowhere. I saw the trailer and thought, it looks a bit generic. Not really interested.
Out of nowhere, didn't it?
Not interested. Connie wanted to go see it, and I thought, okay, let's go see it.
I was excited.
Went to go see it, and I just sat there for the next 90 minutes and just thought, this is great. I absolutely loved it. Karl was just so good as Judge Dredd. I look at Karl.
See,
the look on his,
I want to know how he looks like.
well, he's been plenty of stuff, but the look on his face, the kind of the angry video game nerd, like frown constantly. He just looked such a badass, and he was such a badass, and he played him so well. And basically the whole story of the film is he's out one day and he's got another judge with him, a young judge. It's a set in the future, obviously, where the police are known as judges as part of the Hall of Justice. And there's this young judge, and she's been trying to be a judge for ages, but she always scores on the test just under average, but because she's a very strong psychic, they take her on anyway. And she goes out with Judge Dredd for one day as a kind of a test run, I guess, like training day almost.
Yeah.
And is that nice?
That was me, sorry.
Alright. So she goes out with him and he's like, you know, pick a crime because there's so much crime going on in Mega City 1. So she picks one and it's this huge tower block, and it's like not a tower block like you know in the real world. It's like a huge tower block that's a whole community, a whole little town almost. And it's just brilliant. I love that concept that you know, the bottom of the tower block is like this big town square with shops and stuff, and hundreds of levels where people live, and it's kind of like a slum as well, kind of a squat and stuff. Really bad condition. There's a particular one they go to, Peach Trees or something like that it's called, and they go there and they end up getting locked in the block, and then they've got to fight their way to the top because there's a drug lord called Mama who's controlling this drug called Slow-Mo. I thought they could have maybe had a more original or interesting name for the drug than Slow-Mo, but I guess it sums it up. And the drug makes you feel like time is passing at 1% of its normal time. So yeah, this drug lord Mama, she's trying to take control of the whole city. So
and you inhale it,
yeah,
like an inhaler,
like through an asthma pump. And I thought they'd overuse the slow motion sequences as well, but they didn't. There's only about 4 or 5 of those things in the film, and it's really, really violent, really bloody. Which is kind of
oh my god, yes.
It's refreshing to see. I'm not really a big fan of blood and stuff.
Refreshing?
Yeah, because you just don't see that kind of violence in Hollywood films anymore.
Did you mention that the
because they're always trying to make it 12A to get all the kids in, which they didn't do with this film.
Oh, definitely not. I wouldn't let my kids see this until they're 16, but they probably will. Yeah, in 16 years they're gonna go, oh, let's see Dredd, that old movie from 2012. Oh god. Anyways, did you mention that the girl is a telepath?
Yeah.
Oh.
Were you listening to what I was saying?
Part of it. Sorry, I'm spacing out a little bit.
That's okay. So, yeah, most of the film is taking place in this tower block. And yeah, it's just awesome, the action's great. Judge Dredd as a character is just so awesome and badass and just carries the whole film. And yeah, and the ending is really creative as well, I like that. And we never get to see his face, which is awesome. I absolutely love that. Right at the end, I'm thinking, oh, he's going to take his helmet off. They're going to try and give us a moment there. And they don't. He just rides off into the, you know, and it's just like, yeah, awesome.
Wet horsey.
Yeah, it's just brilliant. I absolutely loved it. I give it a 9 out of 10. One of my favourite films of the year. Really surprised me. Just great action. Wow. It reminded me of like those films from the 80s and 90s. Like an old school, like... It
is old school.
R-rated, 18 rated, violent, brutal film that's fun. Got a couple of one-liners in there, you know, there's a bit of humour, but good action, and just, yeah, loved it.
There's a few scenes that I liked, but didn't like. Like, I liked it, but I didn't enjoy watching it. I just thought it was well thought through.
Right.
Because this, that girl who's a telepath, because they have this, one of the bad guys that they kind of got, they capture him through walking around with him, and they knew that since those people they didn't care if he died, that means that he has got some information or something. Yeah, because they wanted to kill them, which means that he has some information that's important and they don't want them to escape. That was the thing. That's why they were locked up. And so she tries to get some information out of his brain. So when she's in his brain, he's just there, and he doesn't have to have his handcuffs on because it's his brain and stuff. And then he tries to control her because he thinks she's weak and stuff, and then she turns her around, and it's nasty and it's horrible and stuff, some of the things, and it's like, oh, I'm glad I'm not watching this with my mom. Seriously. But yeah, it ended up being like, since it's so psychopathic-y. It's so psycho. You just invented a word. It was just kind of really good. I like the telepath thing. That kind of got me going through the movie. Like, it gave it an extra point, I think. Mm-hmm. But I was having a bad day when I watched this movie, so I didn't enjoy it at its full extent. Yeah? You're not making fun of me now? No. So I'm going to watch it again and I'll rate it again then. So for now I'll give it an 8.
Cool.
I know that it was a good movie, but I have to watch it again.
Mm-hmm. Thanks for watching.